Alright, this is the new chain waxing system from Silca. This is their pot that will heat up, of course, and melt the secret chain blend, which is their wax blend. This is the stand, pretty simple, 2 pieces that screws together with those 2 screws. And then we have this area where you can put the chain, like hang the chain. That is pretty practical. You'll see in the end why. What you can do with this system, of course, is take a brand new chain out of the package, in this case a Shimano, with the stock grease on, and just wax it. There we go. You can turn on the heats. We put it up to 75 degrees Celsius, of course, because that's where the secret chain blend will melt. It takes a bit of time to heat up. We are at 78 now, and we take the secret chain blend. And then you can fill it up. You don't need to put all of it in. Actually, you can't really put all of it in. It is too small, but that's great because just for one chain, you don't need as much, and you still have 2 to 3 times in the package. So you can reuse. So you have more to use. We're at 80 degrees, we close the lid so the heat gets distributed nicely and it melts nice and fast, of course. But still it takes up to like 10-12 minutes maybe for it to melt. You see there's a bit of movement going on in there, so there's definitely something happening, but you can't expect it to melt in like 2 minutes or anything like that. It's more like a rice cooker, so slow heat, but evenly distributed and also greatly managed. We take our chain. As I said, stock grease is still on out of the package. You don't need to degrease it or anything like that, or even degrease it overnight. You can just take it, hang it up as this with the supplied metal like string, so that you can control the chain nicely. It won't like slip out of your hands or anything like that. And the stock grease, maybe you know, maybe you don't, but it is pretty stubborn. So the degreasing process and the cleaning process can be a bit of a hassle. And with this system, it's definitely game changing. You'll see why in a second, because we have the wax right here, the wax flakes in right here, right? But this is only the wax. And if you would put the chain that is still greased in there, you won't have a nice result because the wax won't stick to it as well as on a degreased chain. And you definitely want to have a degreased chain so the wax can stick to it nicely and really fulfill its potential. And that's why a lot of people don't do it, I guess. They still use oil because it's just easier done, You don't need to take your time to do it. A lot of people say it's just too much of a hassle. Why don't you buy a new chain and just put it on and ride until the next one? Why do you go through so much time? Right here we have the strip chip, and this is the new stuff from Silca now. This is one block of a really special kind of degreaser or transformer. Looks like chocolate a little bit, and you take one of those chips. I think there are 6 chips supplied in the package. Then you heat it up to 125 Celsius, because the strip chip will melt only at 125 C. There we go. This little piece is the magic right here, because the greased chain, of course, needs to be degreased, right, in order for the wax to stick. So you put it in, we let it melt, and what this chip does is already in the name. It strips the chain of the grease and actually transforms it so it won't be in there and it won't be between the chain and the wax. Don't ask me how this is done. This is on a really chemical basis that I don't understand because, well, I'm a bicycle mechanic, I'm not a chemist. And here we go. The strip chip melted, wax melted, so we can put in our new chain. No degreasing at all is done here. First of all, Silca says agitate it for like 30 seconds, so just move it around, spin it around, so you can get it all nicely distributed. You can really coat that chain in that mix from the wax and the strip chip. Also, you potentially mix the strip chip and the wax, so we have that powerful mixture that will actually do the magic right here. Also, you see here the problem, don't lose it, and you need to stabilize it with something. First of all, leave it in for 10 minutes for a first part at this 125C wax mixture, and it needs to be submerged, so it needs to be really in the wax. And you see here I took an old spoke in order to stabilize it, so you can just grab it easily. After 10 minutes, agitate it again for like 30 seconds, and already at this point you will see that, or you will feel that the chain is actually degreased. We taper down to 75 and leave it in for another 10 minutes, because it takes up to 10 minutes in order to get down to 75. We can take out the chain here. You will notice that the pot really needs time to cool down and heat up, and you will always see the actual temperature. Right here we are at 80 C, but 10 minutes are done, so we can take the chain out and take it on the stand. You see right here, pretty practical because the excess wax drips down and you somehow recycle it. This is pretty nice. And all this is done without you needing to actually construct, do your own construction. Like get a crock pot, get a cooker, slow heat cooker or slow cooker, and build the stand. Take like an old spoke in order to put the chain on. This is already all really easy. Here you see a little video. The chain, once it's hardened out and dry, will be pretty hard, and you'll need to move it and put on your bike in order to break up the wax. This can take like 10 to 15 minutes of moving around the chain until all the excess flakes get off. You see here the results, how much wax actually is down. But the results are pretty clean. A really nice and long-lasting clean drivetrain, and also pretty silent actually. So this is really my go-to for treating a drivetrain, a wax chain. And now it's never been easier, I believe, with this waxing system, because there was a huge barrier for people doing that, because you need quite a lot of equipment and a bit of know-how how to use a chain efficiently. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one, and keep your drivetrain clean.